They laughed at him, called him weak, broken, useless. But those scars they mocked, they weren't signs of failure. They were the marks of survival. And in time, those very scars would shape a champion the world would never forget. Malik Thompson grew up on the gritty south side of Chicago, where dreams often died young, and toughness wasn't a choice, it was a necessity. He was the quiet kid, the one with secondhand shoes and too many questions in his eyes. But on the basketball court, Malik was different. At 14, he was already getting attention for his speed and control. Coaches saw potential, scouts whispered his name. In a neighborhood filled with dead ends, basketball became his compass. At home, things weren't easy. His mother worked 2 jobs. His father, when he was around, was more shadow than support. Still, Malik played every day, chasing light in a world that often felt dark. By the time Malik turned 16, he was dominating high school games, and talk of a scholarship buzzed through the city. But with success came pressure, more than he was ready for. One night, after a championship win, he got into a car with the wrong group of guys. A drive to celebrate turned into a high-speed chase after a robbery none of them saw coming. Malik didn't steal anything, but he was there, and in the eyes of the law, that was enough. He was charged, expelled from school, and lost all scholarship offers overnight. The headlines were brutal. Star athlete turns criminal. His community, his coaches, even some family, turned their backs. Malik didn't just lose opportunities, he lost his identity. The court was gone, the future was gone. What was left? He sank into depression, angry, ashamed. Every time he passed a mirror, he saw a failure staring back. The dreams he had, shattered. One night, after months of isolation, Malik walked through his old neighborhood. The court where he once trained was covered in graffiti and broken glass. He sat alone on the bench, staring at the rim. A storm was rolling in. Rain started to fall, and so did the tears. He pulled his hoodie tight, curled up on that bench, and whispered, "I'm done." He closed his eyes, ready to disappear, but fate had other plans. A man named Coach Red, a former player turned youth mentor, found him that night. Coach Red had lost his own career to injury, but now spent his time saving kids like Malik from being lost forever. "Get up," he said calmly, holding out an umbrella. "I know what pain looks like, and I see fight under yours." Malik didn't respond, but he followed him home. That night, they talked. Or more accurately, Coach talked and Malik listened. "You think the world's over," Coach said, "but scars don't end stories. They prove you survived." Something shifted, a spark, small, fragile, but real. Coach Red got Malik into a second chance program. GED classes by day, court time by night. The rules were strict. The expectations were higher, but Malik showed up every single day. For the first time in months, he felt purpose. He wasn't just training his body, he was rebuilding his soul. He pushed harder than anyone. Not because he wanted applause, but because he knew what it was like to lose everything. In 2 years, he earned his GED, became a youth mentor, and helped his team win a statewide street league championship. Scouts started noticing again, not just for his game, but for his discipline. At 20, he got a walk-on spot at a community college. From there, a full ride to a Division II school. He graduated with honors. Years later, Malik Thompson would stand in front of thousands as a professional athlete, telling his story. He didn't hide his past, he embraced it. He started a foundation called the Scars Project, helping formerly incarcerated youth turn their pain into purpose. People asked him, curious, "How did you come back after all that?" He always smiled and said, confident, "Because the scars didn't break me, they built me." We all carry scars. Some you can see, some you can't. But what if those marks aren't signs of weakness, but symbols of what we've overcome? Malik's story is proof that, even in our darkest chapters, there's a light waiting to be lit. Champions aren't made from perfection. They're shaped by pain, molded by struggle, and forged in fire. So if you're scarred, remember this: you're not broken, you're becoming. Because sometimes, Scars don't just tell your story, they shape your victory.